Hello everyone, Squiggles here, bringing you a game today, and this is going to be between DuckloadRa. Hello, Mr. DuckloadRa. I haven't done a game with him in quite a while, and I've been wanting to, so I found one that was highly recommended, so I'm going to go ahead and cast this one on Naga Caverns. That was me taking a breath, a little huskyitis going on there, where I just talk forever and don't actually breathe. And his opponent is going to be, it says Emperor, but really it's going to be WERevtimePrime. So this guy, and I couldn't really find a lot of stats on the good old Rev Time Prime. There we go. I should just write it and have it next to me so I can remember, because that is kind of a tongue twister for some reason, for me anyway. But DuckloadRa, he is currently ranked number 2 on the European server. Quite a good player and a fan favorite too. And I apologize for not casting more of his games because he's really good. And I do enjoy seeing him play. We see an extractor trick coming down for the good old fake emperor. I'm just going to call him fake emperor because that's easier for me to remember. And it looks like DuckloadRa going to be going ahead and throwing down his gateway. Now, one thing to note, which I find is interesting already, is that he is playing against a Zerg and he knows it. So the fact that he's not walling at all, I find intriguing at the very least. I'm going to be interested to see how he survives the little tiny unit that the Zerg player has access to. It kind of looks like an ant, but with 2 really big fangs, and it's called a Zergling. And I know you all know what I'm talking about, but Zerglings, it just seems like could run through here and do all kinds of crazy shenanigans. And usually you see this pylon being placed right about here, so that the pylon power is right about here, and then you place your gateway and your cyber core, and you have a zealot, and then you're safe from any kind of ling run by stuff. But instead, we see what looks to be a little square block of pylons, gateway, and cyber core just chilling. And apparently empty, an observer in this game, is lagging everyone, so he's going to go ahead and go the way of Old Yeller, a.k.a. very mannerly leave the game. So, it looks like there is a queen on the way, as well as a gas for WERevtimePrime, and I lied, I'm going to call him by his actual name. I felt bad. Felt bad for doing him like that, for not actually saying his real name, because he's playing against Duckload, and it was a high-rated game, which means he has to be good enough that he at least deserves to have me call him by his real name, I think. We see he is doing a fairly good job of spreading his overlords out. That's one thing some lower tier players are really lazy about. And oh my goodness, great little control there, actually keeping Duckload's probe alive. And oh, Proby, run away, run away, run away. Oh snap, his shields are recharging. So dink, so he can survive one more hit. And now this stalker is going to try to help him. Is he going to be able to get it? Looks like, oh my goodness, that probe was able to make it away. Oh, so stressful, so close. And now the zealot going to be putting on as much pressure as he can before some Zerglings pop. And the thing is actually 4 Zerglings don't really want to go and take out this zealot, because zealots are really good against Zerglings. But here comes 6 Zerglings and 2 queens, and it looks like, yeah, see the zealot, he is running away scared, and by running away I mean he was running right toward that Zergling, taunting him. But he is going to go ahead and pull back as he sees a couple of overweight queens waddling down the ramp, and a bajillion more Zerglings on the way. So looks like there is going to be, oh, and see now he's going to go ahead and wall. Duckload, you are so good. There's the pylon placement I was talking about. So he's going to go ahead and get his wall down eventually. I'm just confused he didn't do it right away. And here comes the sacrificial overlord to see exactly what's going on. Also, oh man, that was close. Duckload doing a good job of going ahead and getting his zealot back and hold positioning so that these Zerglings cannot, in fact, do any kind of damage. But these Zerglings are now just going to be chilling around, running back and forth in this area, I believe, and trying to delay this expansion as much as possible. One thing I want to say is, yeah, wow, DuckloadRa is quite far ahead in workers right now. That's quite impressive, and that's simply because he forced all these Zerglings, and it looks like speed just now finished, by the way, but he forced all those Zerglings that the Zerg player would rather have been drones. So he now has these Zerglings, and he's trying to poke around and make them useful, but really, at this point, And I mean, there's really not a lot you can do. And that is so many sentries already. Holy crap! That is a lot of force fields. There's going to be a lot of force fields, so we could be seeing some kind of an MC style bustaroo coming up in a bit. Don't know, but that is my prediction because why else do you have that many sentries? Because you're going to throw down 5 bajillion force fields and cut every single one of these Zerglings up so you can have them for breakfast one at a time. If you wanted to have Zerglings for breakfast, I'm not judging, but if that's your cup of tea, then go for it, man. It looks like Zergling going to be sacrificed in the name of scouting. And I don't really know how much information he really got, but he can see, it looks like 6 sentries now at this point. And a couple of the sentries are actually approaching max. They're about 150 out of 200, so that's good. They can throw out a whole bunch of force fields already. Looks like he is doing a good job, and by he, I mean WERevtimePrime. There we go. WERevtimePrime. Doing a good job of vomiting larvae and all that good stuff. Has a roach worn down, getting +1 attack. There's also a +1 attack coming out for the Protoss player as well. DuckloadRa. So both of them doing a pretty good job, and it looks like Chrono boosting out, some +1 action going on there. Nice. Very good. And adding on another gateway, so he's up to adding on 2 more gateways. So it looks like he is going to be up to 5 gates. 5 gates on 2 bases, getting a photon cannon as well, just cuz, and sniping another overlord that was sacrificed. So it looks like WERevtimePrime has really self-imposed a ban on building units, aka supply blocked, for a little bit here. And oh goodness, here comes the Lings, and they're going to do their little run-by thing. And look at the timing on this. As soon as the Zergling gets killed there. Oh, look, Zergling's in your base, and there's a good little trick you can do here, and it's actually called hold position. So these Zerglings hold so they don't run and attack the different units here, and they're able to do a lot more damage. You can see here, if we check, we can see that he's actually killed 8 drones at this point, and now here comes the counterattack from DuckloadRa, and here come the force fields. A lot of roaches being produced right now, and a lot more on the way. Burrow is on the way, as well as glial reconstitution, aka roach speed. There is a spine crawler and a whole bunch of roaches, more being produced. 14 roaches on the way. You can see they're spawning in little clumps, and it looks like man, it just looks like DuckloadRa does not have enough units right now. It's 57 supply versus 96 supply. A lot of that supply is actually in roaches that are not, up yet, but now they are. And you can see that DuckloadRa is going to have to go ahead and run away. And look at that, the little burrow trick, because roaches, with their rapid regeneration, that's like their cool little trick. They're able to get health really fast. It's pretty much, I equate it to having a medevac for every single roach. You just have a dedicated medevac. You just have to press a button. So you burrow, and then the medevac pops out and heals you, and then you unburrow and he goes away. So that's how I see the rapid regeneration working for roaches, and I think it's really good. So it looks like, WERevtimePrime going to go back to producing a lot of drones. Let's go ahead and check out the army tabs and the worker supplies, and we can see as this poke comes from the Zerg player that it looks like he has a lot more army and he has more workers. So he's going to come in here and see what kind of pressure he can do. And he really does. He's doing a good job of killing a lot of these sentries. And that's what he needs to do, is kill these sentries. Because the sentries are the units. They don't deal the damage, but they slice up his army so bad that his army can't do any damage to his opponents. And you can see here, wow, killing every single sentry. And he is losing quite a bit of supply. But at this point, I don't know if it really matters. And he's also doing a whole bunch of little stuff as I try to fight off my body doing stupid stuff. He's also doing a whole bunch of good things, like having this overlord explode, but before he explodes, he vomits a bunch of creep down so that the Protoss player DuckloadRa cannot actually expand. And he's getting his 3rd expansion down while he did that attack. So even though the attack did not work, and I think this is a good response by DuckloadRa getting some immortals out, because really all he's... sorry, man, I'm trying to fight back this yawn. It's early in the morning, and I don't really know why I'm so tired. I didn't have coffee. That's why. I'm going to march into Brooke's room and grab her coffee from her coffee time mug. and down that like it's a shot, and then I'll be good. That's what I should do. But it looks like, getting back on topic, it looks like Reptime Prime is going ahead and getting some Hydralisks, yeah. And that's actually a really great thing to do. So he's going to go Roach Hydra, which I haven't seen in a long time. But it looks like DuckloadRa has gotten out a couple of Immortals, which are really, really good. Really good, actually, against Roaches, like sickly good. Not so much against Hydras, though. So it looks like they are going to come down here, force the cancel on the expansion, so that's good, keeping him on 2 bases. And now there is a lot of Hydras, and Hydras are actually really good. I mean, they're good against Immortals, and they're actually really good against all Gateway units, really. So, I mean, nice little switch there to get some Hydras. A lot of Stalkers out now. They don't have Blink, and Blink would be really, really good. You can see here in the production tab, 12 Hydras on the way, as well as another hatchery. That's a macro hatch. Okay, I was just looking at the mini-map, and I was like, where is it? But it's the macro hatch, so it's just in his main. Also doing an okay job of spreading creep. Not the best I've ever seen, but he's really focusing, and this is a good tip for lower-level players. He's focusing his attention in macro and micro where it needs to be. And things like spreading creep, while important, are not as good as, like microing your army in the middle of a battle. And oh my goodness, it looks like DuckloadRa is in a pretty good shape here, but so many units streaming down for Revtime Prime. So it looks like he actually could, oh man, Hydras are so good, and they have +2, and Duckload only has +1. So it looks like, oh man, and look at the supply differences too. It's 64 versus 114. And that is not very good. And it looks like, oh no, he's going to force a cancel on this Robo Bay again, I think. Maybe. It looks like he was going for that for a second. DuckloadRa doing a good job of continuing to warp in units and trying his best to hold this off. But just so many units. You look at the minimap, man. It's just a stream. It's like a waterfall coming down from north to south here. And DuckloadRa is in a lot of trouble. Yeah, and there's the GG. So he just got overwhelmed with Zerg units, and that was really, really, really good. He did a good job. DuckloadRa did a really good job of getting ahead economically in the beginning. He was chrono boosting like crazy his probes, and was like 10 probes ahead at one point early on. But then he didn't really put a lot of pressure on the Zerg player, and that allowed Revtime Prime to go ahead and just drone heavy, get ahead in economy. And then when Duckload attacked, there was a nice little counterattack which killed some Zerglings, or which killed some probes rather, and he had enough roaches to shut down the attack from Duckload, and that was really the turning point of the game. He lost a lot of economy right here, and he was not able to do any economic damage right here, and in fact was turned away. So I think those were the turning points of the game. Great game by both players. Congrats to Revtime Prime taking the game off DuckloadRa. No easy feat. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you like what you see. Submit your subscriber replays for Subscriber Saturday to SquigglesStarcraft@gmail.com, and I will see you guys tomorrow.